This is the M Zone.
And welcome to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler.
Can I get a Jaya?
Best guy in the Bizzler. Big Sweet is doing some personal attention to his RV today, getting ready to head east in a couple weeks. So that being said, Ms., I after reading Dave Abeloff's email, I kind of want to change. But you know what? I'm not going to change. It's a big game for the Detroit Pistons tonight.
It is a big game. It's essentially a must-win game for. You're down 1-0, and you need to find a way to bounce back, especially since the series is shifting down to Orlando for Game 3. So you need to get something.
How many games they got on? Is it 5?
I believe it's still. I believe first it starts with the best of 7. So
best of 7 still. Oh, so we're all 7s. We're all 7. Okay.
I think the only league now that the first round are less than that is baseball.
Okay. All right.
I think that's the only one.
I thought maybe they went back old school, but nope. I get it.
Hey, old school still cool school, but just not in this scenario. That's all.
Yeah, you're right. They do need to get themselves started. They do need to play. One guy can't do it all. And Cade, he tried to do everything he could to keep this team in the game, but they need a secondary scorer. They need to play Detroit Piston basketball like they've been doing all year long.
I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt that Pistons just were they were just overly rested, so to speak.
Overly rested. Okay, I got you.
I mean, you're off for a week, and the Magic had to play. I believe they had to play 2 games to get into this.
Yeah, they did. So, no, you're right.
So I mean, they've gotten the one and done situation taken care of. But you're exactly right. You can't just have Cade Cunningham be the only person to have more than 20 points in the game for the Pistons. I mean, Tobias Harris helped out. He had 17.
Right.
But, when you don't get the numbers that you're expecting from your other all-star and Jalen Duren, who only got 8 points in the game, had 7 boards, that's something you get from your bench, 8 points.
And
so
you gotta size down that bench.
Yeah.
You can't play that many guys. You know who your guys are.
Yeah.
You know who you need to go to. And it's got to be done. I mean, BJ, congratulations. He got Coach of the Year.
JB,
excuse me. I'm sorry. The other one. That's his father. Sorry about that. I'm messing up today on that one.
I guess.
I'm all fired about this game. I'm looking forward to a lot of people jumping off the bench, Miz. I don't know why. There's tickets available out there. I mean, nobody's coming to the game. I mean, come on.
What do you mean no one
really?
The game?
There's tickets available. It was a sellout crowd on Sunday.
Okay.
Sellout crowd. And now nobody's coming. You got tickets available. They're coming in as you can get 2 for $60. You get 2 tickets for $60. Come on, man.
I didn't see that.
I saw that. I sent it to you. You can get you some tickets.
Again, you send me stuff that I can't access because I don't have Apple, Jamie.
Okay. All
okay.
All right. Well, I'm sorry.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. Are there still tickets available? Yeah, but I mean, I'm not going to. I kind of look a little bit at this as more of a, it's a weeknight game. So it's going to be kind of tough for people to kind of make it down. I mean, luckily it's a feasible time frame at 7:00.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't see that being too much of an issue. I do think that it's going to look well attended tonight. I think that some people are probably on a secondary market more than anything, but I don't know. I don't gauge too much on that stuff, but that's just me though. I could be wrong.
No, you could. Yeah, I mean, you could not be. I mean, look, for me, if people want to see the game, they go down and see the game. It doesn't matter what day the game's on. It could be on a weekend. It could be on a weekday. If you want to see a team that finished first in the East Eastern Conference, a team that you got fever for. That place was sold out and loud as hell on Sunday. Everybody was going crazy. They got knocked down a little bit. People who were disappointed. A lot of people were disappointed. They didn't play well. I get it. And maybe it's the first because it was the first game. And maybe they were too hyped up. Or maybe they just weren't ready to play this game. And Orlando brought it to them. They weren't expecting that Orlando team to show up. They were expecting this year's Orlando team to show up. But they got after them. And now you're in a hole. You can't afford to lose another game like you said because you don't want to go down there in Orlando down 0-2.
Yeah, you don't want to go on the road down 0-2. So I mean, I think there's definitely there's a little more, a little heat under the asses of the players going into the game tonight. But I just think that Sunday was that one of those rare anomalies that happened. I think they find a way to bounce back tonight.
Yeah, I think they will.
Yeah.
I think they will. I think they'll get it back. They'll play the game that they were supposed to play on Sunday, and they'll get it right. And then it'll be a dog fight down in Orlando the next 2 games. That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, the other thing too, and I think fans that may be on the ledge about the game Sunday. Pistons and the Magic did split the season. They did go 2-2.
That's a great point. A great point.
Orlando and Detroit, they've played each other real hard all season long. And hey, if like I said, I think this is a good bounce. I think Sunday was a good wake up for some of those guys. I do think that Jalen Duren's going to come back out in this game. I mean, this should be his game. This should be a Jalen Duren-esque kind of game where he kind of shows out like we had seen on many times when Cade was, on the outs.
Right.
You can't put everything on the shoulders of Tobias Harris. He was the only other guy in double figures for the Pistons. So I think there's definitely going to be some more, like I said, fire under the ass of the Pistons tonight than there were the other nights. So take it with a grain of salt, I guess. But
no,
that's
you're right.
Kind of how I look at it.
You're right. You're right. I mean, look, the playoffs. I'm not watching a lot of them, but I keep account. I mean, I saw LeBron without his 2 stars. I mean, if you want to call Austin Meeks not Austin Meeks, but
I had no idea that Austin Meeks went from working for the Athletic to being a Cavalier.
A Laker,
a Los Angeles Laker,
right?
Yeah.
But if you look at what the Lake show's doing, I mean, they're keeping the lights on. They're waiting for Luka. Keeping the lights on for him.
Yeah.
And LeBron is, and I hate to say, at 42, younger than me, at 42, he's getting it done. He got it done last night.
But how much do you think he's got left in the tank?
Hey, I'm going to say this. Luka, you got to get there soon. I'm just saying. I mean, I think they can get through the Houston team. Because I don't agree with Perk all the time. Kendrick Perkins.
Oh, yeah.
But he's right. This is the dumbest team in America that you play in.
Really is.
Houston is not a bright team. I'm just saying. They taking guys out that's supposed to shoot the deep shot, but I guess KD got mad. KD got mad and said, "Get him off the floor."
Gotta have someone out there to be a general, and he's veteran enough and seasoned enough to be that veteran to say, you need to get your stuff together, big dog. Because if you don't, man, we ain't gonna get anything even at our home crib.
Right. So I mean, that's crazy. I mean, it's a lot. And, hey, who knew Philadelphia was gonna play? They got really rocked. They got stepped on a couple times, and then all of a sudden they come back, and you got Maxey talking big smack.
Maxey's been that guy though for Philadelphia. I think a lot of people kind of looked at this season, when Embiid had the injury woes, like, oh man, Philadelphia ain't gonna be squat this year. But Maxey is him. He's that dog.
Yeah, he is that dog.
He's got that junkyard dog mentality, and he proved it last night in that 111-97 victory. He didn't lead the way in points, but
no, he had a rookie do that.
Yeah, he had what's his name? VJ Edgecombe.
Yeah,
30 on the 30 points for big dog.
He was throwing stuff up that was going
But Tyrese Maxey ain't one to mess with, though.
No, you don't want to make him mad. He started bringing it to the hole. And the Celtics helped out. They missed 33 point attempts. Go to the rim with something.
Yeah, when you start jacking up threes and hoping that they're going to drop, man, the whole thoughts and prayers comes to mind. And you're like, man, ain't no thoughts and prayers in this one. This ain't it. This ain't it.
I know but that's how they play. That's how they've won their championship. Shooting threes, live and die with it. But dude, my goodness.
Yeah, Derek White 2 for 10, Jaylen Brown 5 for 12.
Wow.
Tatum and Hauser both 2 for 8. You're like, damn. And even the guy that's, that has been a certified, sniper from beyond the arc. Peyton Pritchard was over from behind the arc in the game. You're like, damn, bro. When they say ice cold, man, they were talking about the temperature in the room because, man, they had the AC pumping the coldest of airs at that point.
Right.
But the big news from the basketball world of basketball NBA playoffs yesterday was one of the top stars in the NBA is in concussion protocol.
Ooh, I know. You can't have him. Mr. Defense himself.
Yeah, the defensive player of the year, Victor Wembanyama, had 12 minutes in the game, had 5 points, but he is in concussion protocol.
He bounced his head, when he fell.
He bounced that head.
I mean, boom.
Yeah.
God bless.
So we'll see how things pan out. When he can get back.
They used to call that a boo boo. That's just a boo boo. Get up from there. Get up from there. We'll put some ice on afterwards.
We'll rub some dirt on that.
Right.
Thing.
It's just a boo boo. You good?
But we're inside. It's the dirt on the inside. I don't know which coach to talk to. There's like 3 of them. There's like 3 of you in front of me.
Talk to the middle one.
I can't tell which one's the middle one, though. Anytime I look at the middle one, the other 2 come right at me. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
Everything's spinning. The lights are too bright right now. It's so bright.
Yeah. I mean, that head hit that floor. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But hey, I'm gonna say this because I can. Back in my day, he would have kept playing.
He may not be on the show, but you just hear back in the day, Jamie.
Exactly.
You bounce your head. You just went out there and you kept going on getting on.
He just was dizzy. Just hey, you all right? Drink some water.
You good?
Cold water does it.
You good?
It'll spring you up.
You all right? You good?
Give him an aspirin.
Get up. You fine? Hey, you good? You good? Get up. Come on now.
Look,
brush yourself off. You good?
That's a tough. Well, they need him. San Antonio, they need him. He is the most important person for this league and for his team.
Definitely the team aspect of things, because man, that's like I said, he was a Piston killer this year when the Pistons played the Spurs. Those were like the 2 games I kind of paid attention to, especially after the first one when the Pistons came up, when the Spurs came up here, and you thought, oh, this would be a great Wemby Duran matchup.
Yeah.
Man, he was just dunking on Duran like he was some freshman or some small fry.
Yeah, dude. He
dog.
dominates. But he's a player though, Miz. He dribbles, he shoots the 3. He does things like a guard does sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So he ain't just a regular big man that lumbers down the court and do all of that and get in the middle and ask for it and turn around and do their thing and use their body. This kid, he's versatile.
Yeah.
Versatile. That's the word for him. And without him, I don't know how they're gonna make it. I mean, they gotta. I don't know.
I mean, they can make this series a series,
yeah.
But without him, you're really looking up and down your bench, going, who's going to be that next guy who's going to step up? Because it didn't seem like even though the Spurs only lost by 3, like it didn't seem like there was the next guy up was ready to go at that point.
No,
I mean. Castle at 18 points. Right. De'Aaron Fox. I mean, to me, like that got to be De'Aaron Fox has got to be the guy,
right? That
you got to call to at the very least. Or Juliet was it Champagne?
Champagne.
Like that guy had been between those two, De'Aaron Fox and Champagnie, like those are the two guys that, outside of Wemby, have been the guys that you looked at for the Spurs to kind of carry them to that second place finish in the West. But they were specifically Champagnie. He was on a milk carton last night.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Like, where he at? Nobody know.
He wasn't playing. He wasn't out there. He wasn't out on that floor, even if he was on the floor.
But I mean, you got to give credit to Portland for gutting out a gritty one right there. Even without Wemby for the Spurs. I mean, if Wemby had played, sure, it probably would have been more of a lopsided score in favor of the Spurs. But the Spurs being able to gut out a tight one towards the end, when the Spurs tried to claw themselves back into it, Portland kept themselves strong. Scoot Henderson with 31 points.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you, Henderson and Holiday are like the only two guys on the Spurs that I'm aware. The
Drew Holiday, he's got a championship ring. He's got
but those are the only two on the Trailblazers I'm aware of. Like before that, before the season, I'm like, oh yeah, I know who that guy is, but I also know who their head coach is. Well, I know who their head coach was, but he in a little bit of some federal hot water.
Trouble. He in a little trouble.
Little federal hot water right now.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, for the Spurs to come back, like they really got to look at their guy and Fox and Champagnie to get them and find a third to step up if Wemby can't be back in the lineup for Game 3 in Portland. That's got to be the big thing. Is who do you look to take over in that role? Do you look at one of the guys that's already on the floor and Castle or Vassell, or do you look at someone off the bench? Because if you can't find that other person, Portland could shock you. And you don't want to go out, after, waiting for the longest time to get yourself in the postseason play. You don't want to get caught with your pants down or egg on your face. That's what you don't want to do.
You're right about that.
Speaking with things with egg on their face, how about them Buffalo Sabres with egg on their face after last night? Man, oh man.
You had Josh Allen was out there.
Yeah.
And he was taking one down. Taking one down for everybody.
He was trying to get that crowd hyped up, but man, the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, you just can't get it going. Boston went up 4-0. Buffalo did try to scrap through towards the end there. They got too late with the goalie pull, but that was all they can get. Boston ties the series up 1 apiece, winning 4-2. Tampa and Montreal, that's turning into a pretty fun series to see. Tampa even the series up at 1 apiece with a 3-2 victory in overtime. Shout out to the Mammoth. Utah Mammoth. Jamie,
Utah Mammoth.
Getting their first
That's awesome, though.
Their first victory in their first postseason victory in club history right there.
It's not the players that came new, it's the place that is new. So
right. I mean, some of them are are new-ish or whatnot, but I mean the organization is new-ish. But to be able to get your first win, especially against a conference rival like Vegas, and to do something that the previous location hadn't done in years. Should be something to commend and tip the cap at least.
You're right. No, you're right. Biz. I'll give you that. That's an appropriate thing to say.
And I don't know what's going on in Colorado, but this is not the Colorado team I was expecting. Only a 2-1 victory last night over the Kings in overtime. Colorado was one of those teams where, Jamie, you looked at them, you just went, we're going to have some problems.
Right.
Whoever had to play them in the playoffs, we're going to have some problems. But LA's looked pretty tough. Even though they're down 2-0, they've looked very, very tough against the Avalanche so far in these 2 games in the series. NHL playoffs continue on today. Pittsburgh looks to avoid going down 3-0 to Philadelphia, which I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I did not see that coming in the last. I mean, the last game. I mean, Pittsburgh
did not look like the Penguins. They look like Penguins of years past that were just hoping that they could, sneak out a win.
Right.
That this is not the Penguins I think that even their fan base was expecting. But Philadelphia's look really good, and I've said it once. I'll continue to say it again. Ab Nightingale up there at Michigan State has done a great job turning around their program. And Martoni, who was a Spartan before they got eliminated, signed with his team that drafted him at the Flyers. He's got a couple points already in the playoffs. And he just continues to look really impressive for Philly. But the Battle of Pennsylvania continues on today in Philadelphia, 7:00.
Right.
Dallas at Minnesota. I call it the Battle of the North Stars because, well, the Dallas Stars were originally the Minnesota North Stars, and now you got the Minnesota Wild. So the game 3, that series is tied up at 1, and then game 2 between the Ducks and the Oilers tonight up there in Western Canada at 10:00 tonight. And
McDavid,
Connor McJesus.
Yeah, hey, he got one more year. One more year to bring it home. One more.
You don't have to worry about the Panthers this year. They ain't in it.
Exactly.
You ain't got to worry about them.
But we knew that. I mean,
what?
The Panthers. I mean, they won in a couple years. I mean, they had it back-to-back, right?
Yeah, they won back-to-back.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I miss that. They're not there. That's why. But I knew they weren't. I mean, guys were going to leave that team.
Well, it wasn't so much the departures. It was they got hit by the injury bug quite early in the season, too. Like, they had the Winter Classic down in Miami.
They fell behind, right.
Yeah.
I remember they had to manufacture that ice out there.
Well, they had to play inside of a dome. And I'm like, that kind of is like counterintuitive of what the Winter Classic was all about playing outdoor. At least Tampa played outdoor for you.
I know, but
like, what the hell?
You can't play hockey outdoors in Florida.
But you can do it in LA. They did it before in LA. So like, it doesn't make sense. Like, you can do it outdoor, but like you're doing it. I don't want to get on that.
No, I'm not going to get. No, we don't need to get on.
It's bad enough that I turned on the Tiger game once I got home from here and immediately turned it off after they got jobbed.
Ooh, oh my God, yeah.
They got belts to ace so bad.
Oh,
wasn't even a joke.
That's one they needed. One they needed. Maybe they needed a butt whooping. Maybe that'll get the old juices going again.
Maybe late in the season I'll take an ass whipping, but right now, man, I don't want that ass whipping.
I'm just saying. I can't make up excuses for them, so I'm just saying maybe they needed that.
Man, they need to get some kind of spark in their ass or something, man, because it just kind of embarrassing, man.
It is embarrassing. This is wait a minute. This is a veteran team now. We can't say it's a young team anymore. I mean, can't blame it on that.
I mean, you still have some youth on the team.
You do.
But I mean, for the most part, you cannot say that this team should not have the experience to play the games they need to.
Right.
I mean, this is something that I've had the conversation with Sam with all the time is that you take a look at the strikeout numbers from yesterday, like Carpenter, who came in a pinch hit role, he struck out twice in 3 at-bats. Dylan Dingler, who had been a really good hitter at the start of the season, 0 for 5, 2 strikeouts. Torkelson, 2 strikeouts. The kid they called up while McKinstry is out, was it Hao Yu Ling? 2 strikeouts and 3 at bats. Javi Baez with a strikeout. I'm gonna give Javi a slide because at least he got an RBI.
He did get an RBI.
I'm gonna give him that. I'm gonna give him the RBI at least. He brought one in at the very least, but I don't know. I just do not know, Jamie.
And you got a slow start from Spencer.
Torque is. I'll be honest, man. Torque is. This is the same problem that we had seen from him all.
Yeah.
Like,
are you going to send him back to
career?
I mean, you going to send him to Toledo again?
You can't at this point. Honestly,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, you can't at this point. Honestly, at this point, you're looking at, trying to figure out which of the two bad do you want at first base? Do you want Torkelson at first, or do you want Colt Keith? Either way, they're both bad. Both of them are bad. E Boogie brings up a good point on Facebook. Jake Rogers got his first strikeout though.
Okay.
He's a catcher and he threw a strikeout. That's not good when your position player gets a strikeout. Just tells you how much belts to ass was happening in that game. But
he knew
good job,
what to throw. He knew what to throw though. He's got knowledge.
Hey, Put him in the bullpen. He's
I
got a
would
zero.
put him in there.
He got 0.0 ERA. Put him in there. Whatever. I don't care. But man, that was bad last night for the Tigers. So hopefully they're going to try to see if they can get some back tonight at 6:40. Who the hell they got on the bump tonight? Oh yeah, Casey Mize is on the bump for the Tigers tonight, taking on Chad Patrick. So
Okay.
6:15 pregame right here on the Big 1050, 6:40 first pitch in downtown Detroit. Which is also a reminder to let everyone know that's listening or watching on stream. We may be on late tomorrow.
Just later.
Because it's a 1:10 first
Right.
pitch tomorrow.
It'll just be later. That's all.
So we'll see how those Tigres are able to fare coming up tomorrow. So yeah, I don't know the handlebar mustache is working from. That is not a handlebar. That's like Paul Blart Cop mustache right there.
Yeah, that's almost 70s.
Call him the sheriff.
Right. That's almost 70s.
That's about it. Jamie, because we're coming up to the draft.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about it.
I mean, I got to make sure we make it official. We're going to be coming up on the draft. That's a day away.
Mm-hmm.
Hear a whole bunch of people booing, a bunch of Yinzers booing.
Yinzers! That's what we found out.
I believe it's Yinzer.
Yinzer.
With a Y.
Yes.
Yeah, no G's, but
yeah.
Yinzer. But Jamie, I told you this off the air yesterday that I had found a post done by Max Preps.
Right.
About the 15 best mascots in the United States of America.
I love this. Yes.
And I want to go over this list and see if people that are listening want to text in the mascot of their hometown team when they're in high school, or if people in chat want to bring up theirs, because there are some interesting ones on this list.
I know my high school.
I know mine as well too, and that this is nothing compared to some of the ones.
I'm wearing my logo today.
Oh,
I'm wearing the high school logo today.
Look at that.
I don't know why. I just decided to put it on.
The Aya Panthers.
That's right.
Hey,
we're the Panthers.
Hey, at least I was able to figure that out.
That's pretty good, man. That was you.
Mind if I just showed the logo? You'd be like, oh yeah, that's dumb and simple.
Right. Wow.
But I want to give a couple when we come back on the other side of the break, if you don't mind.
Sounds good. Let's do that.
Because we got really nothing going on until we get to 4:00. We talk with our guy JB.
Right.
Not Bickerstaff.
No, not that one. Nope. JB, as in John Borton. The book himself, because we got questions to ask.
I do.
Anyway, you're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler, best guy in the Bizzler. I'm so excited about all of this, the high school logos, who your school is.
Just it was something I saw that it was kind of silly, and I'm gonna bring it up on if you're watching on stream. A look at what this actually what I'm trying to just trying to figure out how to verbalize it or whatnot.
We'll verbalize it.
But they were the top 15 best high school mascots in the United States. So it didn't limit it to just one state. It brought up all 50 states. So I want to present some of these to you if you are cool with this, Jamie.
Yeah, I'm good. Let's do this.
See if I can find some quirky ass music to go with it, because just this. Let's see. Let's do. How about one of this? Yeah, that's fine. No,
that's fine.
Yeah, we'll do that. All right, these are the top 5 best high school mascots according to Max Preps. Starting at number 15, we head out to Oregon and introduce you to the Pleasant Hill Billies. It's a billy goat.
Where?
Right there. See?
That's an angry billy goat?
It's a billy goat.
Oh, I see it. Okay, yeah, I see it. Yeah.
It would be better if I saved this or whatnot and presented it larger. But at number 14, the Laurel Hill, out of Florida, the Laurel Hill Hobos.
Hobos!
With a B. With a B.
Okay.
At number 13, out of the fine state of Montana, the Chinook Sugar Beaters.
Sugar Beaters!
I feel like I might get in trouble for saying that. I don't know.
Hey, a school calls themselves Sugar Beaters. So
that's right.
You tell me.
I couldn't. At number 12, hey, state of Michigan, Watersmeet Township, the Nimrods.
They better be a good team.
I would hope so too. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can try to do one of these here real quick. Save an image and see if I can present it this way. It might be better that way. So
the Nimrods.
The Nimrods is that one. Let's see. That's better.
Yeah,
cool.
That's much better.
Instead of having to continue to zoom, and it doesn't actually zoom in on Twitter.
Right.
At number 11, it is the New Berlin, Illinois Pretzels. Yeah, the pretzels.
Okay.
At number 10, we head to Texas and introduce you to the, I believe it's Hutto Hippos.
Okay.
At number 9, we head to Arkansas, or is it Arkansas? I don't know, but it's the Harrison Golden Goblins.
That's not a bad one. It's not bad.
He just looks like an angry person that's been tanning too much.
Blue hair.
Yeah. At number 8 in California, it's the Dunn Earwigs.
Oh, dang it.
But their logo is just an old
They
English
got the
D.
old English D, right. That's what I was going to say.
Well, Jamie, if you thought some of those were laugh-worthy, we go to number 7. We head to Illinois to Hopeston Corn Jerkers.
That's just nasty.
The Corn Jerkers.
Okay.
At number 6, we head to Indiana and meet the Frankfurt Hot Dogs.
I get it, though. Frankfurt.
Yeah.
It's Frankfurt. So, yeah, I get the hot dog thing.
Unfortunately, it's not an actual hot dog. It's a wiener dog. But that's just me. At number 5, and we head up to Blooming Prairie, Minnesota, and introduce you to the Awesome Blossoms. Not just blossoms.
Wait a minute.
They're awesome blossoms.
Isn't that a meal at the Aussie place?
No, you're thinking of the Blooming Onion.
Yeah, the awesome blooming. Okay,
yeah.
I got you.
I'm pretty sure I could get in trouble for calling this one. At number 4, out of Cobden, Illinois, the Apple Knockers.
Okay. That's good.
Now we hit the top 3. At number 3, from Cairo, Georgia, it's the Syrup Makers.
Yeah, the Mighty Syrup Makers. Okay.
All
right.
And number 2, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. We're familiar with that, the home of the Little League World Series, but they are known as the Millionaires.
Well, that makes sense. They bring Major League Baseball in every year. They're millionaires now. Got that.
And the number one best mascot in all of high school, and this one, it only makes sense. Out of Polka, West Virginia, it's the Polka Dots.
I get that.
And if you're watching on stream, I kid you not, that is their mascot in the bottom right corner. It's an angry dot.
That's it.
That's an angry dot right there. And then we're not talking about our guy from from Lansing. We ain't talking about him.
No.
Those are your best Those are the mascots according to Max Prep.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, they're good names. I mean, I'm sure.
At least we got one here in the state of Michigan. The Nimrods.
We did get one, but it's the one. It's the one that's probably the funniest. Nimrods.
Well, you got a chuckle out of the New Berlin pretzels.
Yes, I did. That's funny.
And the sugar beaters. I'm pretty sure I could get in trouble. I can get fired for that one.
They got there. I mean, when was it was bestowed upon them? Does it tell you when? Years? I mean,
I don't know. Let me see. Let's see. Out of Montana, the Chinook Sugar Beaters are the athletic teams representing Chinook High School in Chinook, Montana, named in honor for the local agricultural sugar beet industry.
I got you.
Okay, so they're very agriculture.
And makes sense.
Yeah, and that's where that's where that goes. The Class C school known for a unique mascot, Shug, and competitive sports teams, including a strong football program with a noble history of state level basketball.
Okay.
They bring up there, but let's see a picture of Shug.
Suge Knight.
No, it ain't. Unfortunately, it is not Suge Knight.
I'm just saying, Suge Knight should be the guy.
He really should be. Let's see if I can, Suge and images, because the website I tried to look up just did not want to present him. So yeah, here we go. Here's a picture of Suge, and we go to the website here, doing this on the fly and introducing you to Suge. If I can find a picture of him, they're not showing him.
Nah, they ain't showing Suge.
No, but it's just a guy with a sugar beet on his head.
Okay, I got you.
There you go. The knowledge you need to know why it's called the Chinook Sugar Beaters.
I see the little logos. I see all the little logos. And the Nimrods, is that
it looks almost like a traveler kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. That if he had wings on that helmet, that is a helmet, right?
No, I think it's almost like one of those wool caps or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Like a Davy Crockett kind of thing.
Okay.
That's what I think it is. I don't know.
Oh, you got it.
Why are they calling the wool the Nimrods though? Here you go. Our namesake refers to the biblical figure Nimrod, who was best described as a mighty hunter and has been our chosen mascot since 1904.
Okay, that's good. There you go.
I have no idea where the hell Waters Meet, Michigan is. That's where a whole Google Maps will come up, but yeah, that's a picture of him. It's just looks like an explorer.
Mm-hmm.
Waters Meet is all the way up in the UP.
Oh, makes sense then.
Yeah, so basically it's Wisconsin at that point.
Right.
So there you go.
All right.
Little history of that, just to kind of do a little filling. Hey Jamie, I don't know if you knew the other big news of the day was Michigan related.
I remember when I said Miz, I thought I was going to start talking about the playoffs, but then I said, no, I'm going to stay.
Oh, you're talking about that. I was talking about a different story involving Michigan.
Oh, go ahead. Tell me.
Well, it was announced earlier today that one of Michigan's opponents from last year, well, Michigan's going to be starting a home and home with them starting in 2026.
Oh, yeah. That's the
KBA
women's basketball. Yeah.
Taking on the UConn, doing a home and home with the first game coming up November 5th.
It was a good
here in Ann
game.
Arbor. It was a
It was a great game. I mean, you gave the people what they want, even more.
Mm-hmm. But that was the big news there. But you brought up you got an email from our good friend Mr. David Abeloff.
Yeah, and today in itself marks 100 years. 100 years ago today, the University of Michigan Board of Regents gave Fielding H. Yost permission to proceed with construction of the Michigan Stadium.
Wow.
I mean, that's incredible.
Who would have thunk that 100 years ago it happened?
Yeah.
And it opened officially October 1st, 1927.
Right.
So
we'll be celebrating. We're going to be celebrating for 2 years. This 100 years ago from today, and then we'll travel into the future 100 years when it opened up.
kind of wonder who they would play on October 1st, because you know who they played October 1st, 1927. I'm pretty sure you were there.
No, I'm a little bit behind.
Oh, you're a little bit behind.
A little bit behind.
Just a couple years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give it 40.
Ohio Wesleyan.
I remember that. I don't remember the game. I remember the game that they played. But dedicated the game
a couple weeks left.
A couple weeks later with at the time it was Ohio State,
and it still is Ohio
State.
Because when you put it up on the screen for for football, it doesn't say TOSU, it says OSU.
Well, all I'm saying is why how they got that and how they wanted to be that, because they in a fundraising event at the University of Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
We called ourselves the University of Michigan at the time. So they heard that echo around all the time, and they started calling themselves the Ohio State University.
Oh.
That's who they just took from what we used as a for donations and everything, asking for donations, and they said, "Hey, that's us." So they decided to call themselves the Ohio State University.
Had no idea.
Yeah, that's why they did that.
And we also still don't have a living mascot for reasons.
Right.
Just saying.
Nobody wants that.
No.
We don't want that. I mean, ours bites all the time.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I mean, just kind of get the old Ugga dog that tried to bite the thing of an Auburn player.
Right, I got you.
He had one thing in mind. He's like, I'm gonna bite that man's sausage.
Wow.
I'm gonna bite that man's Nimrod. He ain't gonna be able to sugar beat no more. Right on the dot.
Oh my God! All I'm gonna say to you is that's why they called themselves that, and they thought it was how they do that. They call themselves the University of Michigan, and at the time we were just doing some fundraising in a campaign. We went back to University of Michigan. That's what we went back to. Obviously, they had let's call ourselves this.
But some pretty interesting news just today for at least University of Michigan stuff. That's good, though.
Yeah, it was great. It's great to find out things about the University of Michigan.
Especially, too, tomorrow will be a pretty big day on campus, too. It's the softball academy.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
I mean, it just seems like a really good weekend for everything here in Ann Arbor.
And then yep. And then you got the NFL draft coming up on Thursday.
Oh, I forgot. Anytime we mention the draft, I have to play it. It's almost like an obligation at this point now. That anytime it comes up, NFL draft. Oh goodness gracious. Also, I don't know if you knew this, but the former Detroit high school standout, Acuff, announced that he is going to be heading to the NBA draft.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just announced it actually on NBA Live.
Okay.
So Another individual heading to the draft. I mean, we already knew that Yax was going to be in the draft. Oh, wait. Yep. Again, it's the obligation. I have to play it. It's almost like I have to do it every single time. Well, I thought it was kind of interesting little tidbits that we had today, at least.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Fox has officially buys back the 2026 Big Ten title game rights from NBC.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that was supposed to be that was going to be a 1-year thing.
Yeah, it was just a 1-year thing, but they bought it. I mean, Fox bought it back.
So
How about that?
So you get Gus on the call.
Right. That's exactly right. So, I mean, hey, the game between last year's game was most watched title game, 18.3 million viewers.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's interesting.
But here's the real question: is because I know there have been talk about the as far as like where the Big Ten title game was going to be held at,
right.
So I'm not sure. Is it still going to be in Indianapolis this year, or are they going to be moving it to Vegas?
I think they talked about that, but I think it's still going to be right now. Indianapolis is still on the list.
Okay, yeah, I just took a look, and December 5th will be the Big Ten title game in Indianapolis. I don't know if they're going to move it or not.
I don't know if
figure that out.
I don't know if you've been looking at things, but although they have no power or different things like this, I'm talking about the presidential sports council, and but they favor a 24 team playoff.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And the reason why is they think they can make a lot of money, but a lot of the SEC coaches favor it now also. And they want to do away with the championship games.
Oh, really?
Yes. They're all talking about doing away with the championship games.
Oh, I had no idea about that either.
Yeah, I just read that. Ross Dillinger.
Guy's very popular.
Yes, and it's a good article, and you read about that, you find out that, there's people getting on board with it. Although I think Greg Sankey is still not on board with it.
Greg Sankey isn't on board with a lot of things. If it ain't all centered around the SEC, like
I'm just saying,
like anything Dallas Cowboys, if Jared Jones don't have his finger on it, then it's irrelevant in their minds.
I still think you give the fan bases of these 24 schools hope, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Because you enter the playoffs. And yes, if we did 24 last year, Michigan would have got in. Just saying.
Right.
But all I'm saying to you is you're taking away the championship games, which a lot of people want to do away with the championship games because really with the 16, you're getting in pretty much everybody that are in the championship game.
That's true.
So why have the championship game? You're just beating up the teams.
Well, I think especially too when you look at when you think about it too, like if they are planning on expanding the college football playoff, like how much is it really that important now?
No, you're right. No, you're right. I mean, look, you're watering down the season then,
right? Like
because you can lose 4 games and you can get into the championship.
That's one part of it too. Because I think they're again, there was every so often you come across a social media post and you're like, oh, that's interesting, and of course I can't find it, but there was a post from what was it? The 1989 season that showed if the CFP were around in 1989. Here's how the brackets would look.
Right. Yes.
And Michigan was 3, Colorado was 1, Notre Dame I think was someone else was 2 or whatever. And it kind of went through the entirety of it. I'm like, that's too much, even for in 1989.
Well,
That's a
people,
lot.
I mean, you got you. I mean, if you don't lose that fourth game and you stay, you lose 3 games, you get in. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I mean, really, I mean, you take the importance of each game. Then all those games you're playing, that I'm sure the Michigan-Ohio State game will still be feverish, but it's watered down a little bit. Everything is watered down. I mean, those games that you have in Texas, Michigan, Oklahoma, Michigan, Ohio State, Texas, all of those games, what do they mean? Because, you try to get the early jump. That's how you figure out. I mean, yeah, it's kind of taken away. The 16 has taken away. We don't have to worry about losing just one game. Right. Remember that? When you used to lose one game, it's over for you, right? It's done. Nowadays, it's 3 games you worry about. If you lose 3, then you're on the precipice.
Right. I don't know. Like I said, I think we're starting to realize that, we don't need 24 teams.
No, we don't need 24 teams, but everybody's talking about how are these college kids and how is the universities going to give these NIL monies and different things like that. And now when you look at these, and I don't think these committees are looking at how you get there. They're trying to make money for the kids and everything like that. Put money in their pockets so you can make more money on TV rights, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that's what they're looking at.
I wish I could find that damn post.
Right.
Because it was interesting that you go through all these teams. You're like, wow, that's way too much. But at the same time, that's actually pretty damn cool if it were to that point. Because I think like number 24 was Texas Tech at the time.
Right. I got you.
I don't know. Again, we don't need 24 teams.
There's not 24 teams that can win
a
championship.
Like you got, I mean, don't get me wrong. The past, I mean, just getting the expansion that we've had just over the last 2 years, getting Ohio State to win it as an 8 seed, and last year getting Miami to the title game. Like, I get it. That's great. Like those are that's as much as you need. You don't need anything past 12. If you want to go to 16, sure, fine, go to 16. But even at like the FCS level that are up to 20, I think, even that is too much. But then again, that they don't have like the football, championship series, the FCS. Like that, there's no parity there,
right?
Well, there's parity in the FBS where you win a conference championship. If you're like Indiana last year, you go undefeated. You're probably going to go undefeated at the very end.
Yeah. We got to go to a break. We're going to come back. We got John Borton on the other side with the Wolverine magazine, Wolverine.com. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler, best guy in the Bizzler, and joining us is the book himself, John. John, how you doing today?
I couldn't be better, Jamie. It's sunshine and 70s outside, and it looks like we're out of spring ball, and into summer.
Okay, honest question. How many rounds of golf have you played just today? Just today.
Just today, not a one.
Oh my God, you didn't get out there. You didn't take advantage?
He's just scratching to get out there, ain't you?
No, but I have been out already a few times in much colder weather. So
Oh, okay.
it's coming.
John?
It is. Yes, sir.
I guess I need to ask you. Now I want to ask, is this the greatest team in Michigan history? The greatest?
You're asking me for my opinion?
Your opinion.
My opinion says absolutely yes. Now, we got to talk about that a little bit.
No, we're
more
going to talk
because-
this through. Yeah, talk us through.
Well, it's certainly, there's no argument that it is the most accomplished team
That's a
in
true
Michigan
statement.
basketball.
Yes. Mhm.
Because, you win the Big 10 or the Big 18 by 4 games,
I like that. That's good.
double league. And among those 18 teams, 6 of them were still around in the Sweet 16.
Yes.
I believe 3 in the Elite 8 and a pair of them in the Final 4. So it's not like you ran away with the slouch league. And so that's one thing. But to finish the job, to completely get it done, it's so not only did they take care of it in the league, which the 89 team did not do.
Right.
They ended up winning it all, which other contenders like the Fab Five did not do. They got there. They looked into the promised land, but couldn't step foot in. And you know what? I get it when people say, well, I have a special feeling about this team, or, the Fab Five had 3 NBA All-Stars, and if they'd have stuck around for another couple of years, okay, but they didn't.
Right. They didn't.
So, you just go with what is, and what is, to me, is this is the greatest single year of Michigan basketball that anyone has ever seen play out. And so, yep, that to me, that makes this the best team.
Wow. That I did not expect from you. I did not expect that from you. I expected, you were looking at these 2 teams and the Fab Five teams and different things. I got everybody telling me, hey, all the Fab Five could have played on this team. And I said, that's true. That's true.
Absolutely. That is true. And people would pay a whole heck of a lot of money if somehow you had a time machine and you could play this team against Fab Five in its prime,
right,
or 89 in its prime.
Exactly.
I guarantee you that. And I'm, there's no guaranteed outcome in that, but it's just, to me, it checks both the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Dominated the league and also finished the job at the end.
Did you notice that we didn't? When I talk about it, you talked about having 6 of those in the Elite 8, right?
In the Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And Michigan didn't have to play anyone from the Big Ten. Anyone in the Big Ten. Now, we had some teams had to play another team in the Big Ten.
Yeah, that is very true, and I think that probably worked to Michigan's advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like they were playing slouch teams
No,
either, because
you're right.
you're talking about number 6, number 4
Mm-hmm.
in the end,
Mm-hmm.
a number 1 seed, and then about the toughest 2 seed you could draw.
I mean, the
in
number
UConn,
right,
going for their 3rd national championship in 4 years, and forced to play at that other team's style. You come out of there with 2 3-pointers for the entire game and virtually no fast break points. If you'd have told those things, thrown out those statistics before the game, there'd be a whole lot of Michigan people saying, uh-oh, this is not going to turn out well. But it did, because this team held together, stayed tough, played great defense itself, and won on UConn's turf in terms of style.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I mean, will we ever see a team where you feature four portal players and winning a national championship? Or is that the way? Is that the way you win now? I'm just asking.
Unless there's a dramatic change in the way things are going, I think we'll at least have a chance to see it. And the way Dusty signs them up, it could happen. Now, does Elliot Cadeau count for next year as well? I mean,
he's a Michigan Wolverine now.
Transfer in.
He's a transfer,
Okay.
but he's now
he's
a player here. We're talking new every year. That's how.
Yeah,
right.
4 first-time Wolverines. I get it.
Right.
I don't put anything past what's going on these days. So, it would be foolish of me to say that this is the only time it's ever going to happen, because you will certainly, I would say, have a chance to see Michigan teams with as many transfers in a single year. But the other part of that is Dusty May is going to recruit really, really well as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know if he'll need 4 imported starters in a single year. So we'll see how that plays out.
Well, any news that you want to share that with Rez or maybe Adai? I mean, do you think, or what is your thought on that? Do you think Adai goes pro and I'm hearing Rez stays, or Rez? I did hear that somebody did say that Rez is looking at maybe going to the combine and seeing what the pros say, and if they say go back, he goes back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's no reason not to, really, if you're in Morez Johnson Jr.'s position, because you're not hurt at all. You will be welcomed back with open arms if you come back. And in the meantime, you gather all the information that you can. I mean, look at other guys that have done it not too far in the past, including the Big Ten Player of the Year from this present year, did the same thing a year ago, and then decided, no, I'm going to stick with college, and ended up having what he himself described as the best year of my life. And so bought Mama a nice new Jeep for Christmas. I got to see that.
I got to see that too.
March.
Exactly.
That was good stuff. So, yeah, everything that we've heard too is, if there's going to be a split decision here, it's going to be Adai to the NBA, and it's going to be Rez sticking around. But you could lose both of them. So, you got to prepare for that. And I think Dusty quietly behind the scenes is doing just that. You have only the one confirmed young man in so far,
right.
But you're certainly in on others, and we'll see how it goes.
No, you're right. You're right. Well, I just wanted to clear this up, clear the air and everything with that. Let's move on to the next controversy. Spring football, the spring game.
The spring game, absolutely.
And
go ahead.
What did you think about it? First of all, to me, it looked like the regular, it was just a scrimmage, and the coaches had their own rules and different things like that. Nobody was hitting in the first quarter. Nobody was allowed to go low or anything like that. Now, a lot of people took it as, Bryce Underwood threw the ball 9 times and he overthrew his receivers. He didn't do anything, and he should, when I saw that the young kid Tommy Carr from Saline, I mean he's ready to play right now. We need to put him in front of Bryce. I mean Bryce is he's not working out.
Yeah, that's if you are the worrying sort, that might be the kind of thing you grab onto right away. But we all know that in a full game situation, it is much different. It is going to be Bryce Underwood that gets a chance to work with guys like Jordan Marshall and Savion Hyder in the backfield, full complement of blockers in front of him, and a much upgraded receiving core. So you don't take away anything from Tommy Carr.
No.
Because what he showed, and to me, that's what the spring game is all about. You're not going to come away with definite notions about the team overall, about the defense, about the offense, but what you can see is individual efforts, and Tommy Carr can move. He can get out there and do it. I mean, we know that Bryce Underwood can as well, but they weren't going to run him a whole lot, in the spring game. And I just when I look at this situation, I am encouraged that they have somebody in a relatively thin quarterback room in the spring where you could at least look at that and say, if you had to, Tommy Carr could go in and he looked pretty poised for his first time around. No real ugly decisions or throws, and he could scramble out of there. But no, I think, and the other thing was, I do believe, whoever's playing quarterback at any given time is going to have a much more expanded array of targets to hit in terms of wide receivers. Because I think they've got some quality. I mean, this J.J. Buchanan that came in from Utah, and some of these other guys are going to pair very nicely with Andrew Marsh. So, you've got that, and they're not going to do anything defensively in terms of big blitzes or things like that, stuff that they'll throw at other teams. So again, you are looking at, okay, who's gotten bigger, who's gotten, how's everybody moving around? How do the quarterbacks throw the ball? And that's part of it. But, the fact that you miss on a few throws on a spring game with teams divided up is not, to me, any reason to push the panic button.
No, but it was crazy on Saturday night, Sunday morning, into Monday morning. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah. What are you hearing from the Tommy Carr part of the fan base?
I didn't know he had one. I love Tommy Carr and what he did. Good for him. You get an opportunity, you take advantage of it. And that's what he did, what he was supposed to do.
No, yeah. He couldn't have looked a whole lot better for a first outing. That was extremely encouraging.
It's what the coaches expected from him. It was probably what the coaches were expecting, and they wanted to see that. And it gave, Wolverine fans went there to see, I think they went to the spring game to see Bryce Underwood throw for 200 yards. And when they didn't, he didn't learn anything. I mean, he's still setting up the wrong way. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's still overthrowing the ball. Yeah,
you're going to hear that until, you've hit the season and he's got some things worked out. And
right.
I know that mechanically, I don't think that Whittingham didn't come out of that saying, "Oh, we got everything just like we want it with all our guys, including our starting quarterback."
Mm-hmm.
No, there's still mechanics to work out, some footwork things. There's still delivery and making sure that you're not throwing anything off the back foot. But again, I look at the track record of these guys. I look at what a dedicated quarterback coach can do. I look at the offensive coordinator, what Whittingham himself has done, and I really believe that you're going to have a heck of a team and a very solid offense before you get through all this. I was comparing Michigan stats last year to Utah stats last year, and Utah rushed for, I'm shaking my head over this, 3,600 yards on the ground.
Wow.
And they threw for like 2,800, something like that. And, these guys do not get the level of talent in Utah as you get in Ann Arbor. And they have acknowledged that, and they are excited about that. To have just freshmen on hand on display last Saturday, like Tommy Carr, like Savion Hyder, like Salisi Moa. That's got them rubbing their hands a little bit, saying, "Yeah, let's go. We can work with this." And so there's a whole lot of time between now and the fall, and so much of it now they've been given what they want, what the coaches want in terms of, okay, here's where you got to get better. Here's what you need to work on. And now you got all summer to work on it, to get together, player driven, player led, and all the work that gets put in from now until the start of fall camp. I think it's going to have as much to say about how you start out in fall camp and maybe how you start out in the season as anything else.
Right. I have no problem with it. It's a process. Like you said, now they're getting ready to go into the summer ball. They're going to they want to see how you do as a team member. You can.
And somebody made it.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, somebody made a great point to me that things are a little bit different in this age of technology because, it used to be, okay, these 20 hours a week, and that included time in the film room and things like that. But now, film room, you take it home with you.
Right.
On that iPad. On your phone. On whatever.
Exactly.
And so you can put in the time on your own, by yourself, and you are unlimited in what you can do there. So these guys that want to come out of the gate smoking can do so in knowledge of the offense and in knowledge of what the coaches want from them, because you have you can sit on your couch at night and in the apartment and just go over and over and over things.
That's just crazy. I that is true. Never thought of it that way, but yeah, you have it with you 24/7.
Yes, sir. And that's it's something that's very different in this day and age, but I think is a good thing because it's like the players can do it at their leisure, and yet they can do it to the extent where they feel very comfortable in what they're doing by the time they hit the field in August.
No, you're right. Yeah, that's interesting. That's awesome. I think it's great. Last question, Ms. What was the name of the Michigan school? John, you ever been to what was that Michigan school called?
Oh, let me bring it up here. Hold on. This came from, this is a thing that I came across on the old Twitters, John. It's Max Prep's top 15 best high school mascots from Watersmeet Township.
I have heard of Watersmeet. I can't say as though I have ever been to Watersmeet.
Well, if you are curious what the mascot of Watersmeet Township is, John, they are the Nimrods.
Yes. You gotta love the Nimrods. Nimrod is in some sacred literature that is Mighty Hunter. It's taken on.
Wow, listen to
Look at
it.
that. He
Wow.
knows the background.
The book. Look at him.
Yeah, it's it has a little different feel these days. But yeah, that's it's our word for the day.
Exactly. Look at you. I didn't know what Miz was talking about when he said that.
Jamie's
That's
just
great.
laughing at some of all the other ones that were popped up that were a part of this list, including the one that Max Preps had said from Polka, West Virginia. It's the Polka Dots.
Get it?
Polka dot. Beautiful. Anybody have an idea on Hell, Michigan?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't.
The Devils? I would say the Devils.
They could, yeah, you could go with what seems to fit, or you could be ironic and take the opposite.
That's true too. The Angels.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but according to a quick Google search, it said Hell, Michigan is an unincorporated community and does not have its own high school or official school mascot.
Okay.
But they will take the claim of Pinckney community, which, of course, the mascot here up in Pinckney is the Pirates.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
But still, I think they need to. They need to be the.
Now we know.
They need to be the. Well, we can't go with Hell's Angels because that's already taken by a group of.
Yeah, you might get sued.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't want to.
Exactly.
I don't want to get in trouble. It's bad enough that they're a very intimidating bunch over there. Don't want to get wrapped up in the wrong crowd.
Absolutely, but the flip side of that is maybe they show up for the football games then.
Hey,
they all come rolling in together.
That's true.
Might get calls made their way possibly
on their scooters. They come in on their scooters.
I would not call them. Jamie, you may want to change your tone there.
I'm saying for the kids. The kids. They come in on their scooter.
Okay. As long as you're talking about the kids.
I'm talking about the kids.
Okay, as long as you're talking about the kids and not.
I'm not talking about the Hells Angels. I'm talking about the kids coming in.
Just thinking to myself, man, we're going to get ourselves.
I was talking kids.
Oh my gosh.
If their nickname is Hells Angels, I mean, yeah.
We're going to get in trouble there for a second.
Why would we get in trouble?
Got to go into witness protection, I think.
Work with me, not against me.
I'm trying to, but you're not helping me.
That could be more, if you go with the group, that could be more ref intimidation than you get up in East Lansing.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. You don't have to worry about bad calls. No bad calls when they're around.
Just rev the engines.
There you go. Exactly.
I don't even think you have to rev the engine. You just got to look at the sign and go, sorry, we're picking the flag up. Sorry about that.
Hey, John, Savion, who does he remind you of running?
That's a great question.
You don't have to say Jamie Morris.
No, I didn't say Jamie Morris. I said no. I was told they told me, Jamie, it's AP. Ooh. Adrian Peterson. That's what they said to me. I'm like, ooh, okay, I see it.
Okay.
I see it.
Huh. Yeah.
We can get back with that, John. We can get back to that.
I can see some of that. Yeah, I need to. All right, I need to get out the old reels and along with the new ones and make that comparison side by side.
Right. And then I said Butch Wolfo because he was
That's fair.
He was upstate. He stood straight. I'm like, oh wow, yeah.
Kind of an upright back that could still really move and get it done.
Oh, that kid ran for 5 yards, and I'm like, wow. Impressive. It was impressive.
Yeah, and the thing about Savion that they've said over and over and over again, kid just doesn't look like a freshman.
Right.
Doesn't carry himself like a freshman. And that goes a long way when you get to fall.
Well, yeah, he looks like a man. He's a man child. That's what you want to call him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Had a little of that in Anthony Thomas, his first
Right.
go around.
There you go. That's it. Right.
Back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, yeah, they will. I don't know that they hit 3,600 yards rushing this year, but I bet they could crack 3,000.
I think they crack. I think they get 3,400.
Okay. I got it down. This is my big book of Jamie's predictions.
3,400.
3,400 yards rushing.
Yes.
All right.
So
well, that's dependent on those fellas up front, and
I'm saying if they're all coming, they come back and everything like that. Yes. 3,400.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, the people that know offensive line work just absolutely love the new offensive line coach. And
yes, they
he
do.
knows exactly what he's doing. He's a great teacher, and he's going to have these guys advancing forward. So you really have things going in the right direction. I think I think they will be well schooled by the time they hit the season.
Yeah, I think they'll be ready to play football. Actually.
Yeah.
I have the belief in this staff and what they've done thus far. I think they'll do really well.
No doubt about it. And you've got extra time for some other guys to heal up there. I mean, I've been hearing about Mr. Babalola since he signed on. Now, obviously had the injury a year ago, and he's still working his way back. But, if he's ready to go in the fall, you might have a situation where things get shaken up again, given the level of talent that he has. Where might he fit in if he's one of the top 5 guys?
A little shaking up is always good with the offensive line. So you don't have 5, you got 6.
James Joseph Harbaugh.
Exactly.
Every position is rented. No one owns one.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it'd be fun watching it play out.
All right, John, really appreciate you coming on, being a part of the M Zone, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate the updates on nicknames around the state of Michigan.
No, thank you.
See ya.
That's John. It's John Morton.
I'm just
with
surprised.
The Wolverines.
I'm just surprised. Listen, I'm just surprised that he knew what the reference was. At least,
he knew exactly what it was. That was that was. You know what? It sounded like it was planned. Well, he didn't plan that.
Yeah. Hey, listen. He know. That's the reason why we call him the Book at the very least. We have that going for him.
We're not playing that.
Nope.
We're going to go to a break, and we come back. We got more stuff. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler, best guy in the Bizzler. And, we need to, get our focus on this big happening tomorrow,
Yeah. Draft is tomorrow.
I mean, the draft is tomorrow. Everybody's fired up. Where are your Lions going to choose? Where are the Lions going to choose? Who they going to take? Offensive lineman is where I'm thinking they're going to go.
Honestly, I think at this point they have to go offensive line. If they don't go offensive line, that's probably that and edge rusher probably the two biggest causes, cries of concern right now for the Lions. And the thing is, the first round is heavy with offensive linemen,
right?
Specifically at the tackle spot, like that. That's the outside guys are what you need, especially if Taylor Decker is not going to sign a new contract with Detroit. If Skipper is done, he's retired. You need someone, and it doesn't seem like Gio
has plenty of offensive linemen in it.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I mean, I don't think they're going to ever get back to the glory day where they got to the NFC Championship game against the 49ers. But if you get something that's close to that kind of that good of an offensive line, I mean, you could see the Lions back in the playoffs next year. But you just got to make sure you find the right guy. And here's the thing, I give Brad Holmes a lot of credit in the world. I feel like I'm channeling Sweet right now, but for him to find the guys that fit the bill, like it's the right spot for him. And I believe in who the Lions are going to take. And honestly, I think if there isn't a good offensive tackle at number 17, that they may go edge rusher. But I think that's really going to be based on who's available when they get to 17, or if they decide to trade up. Like, that's really the two big things. Like, are they going to go with the tackle at 17? Or are you going to find a way to trade up? Because there are many mocks that are showing that the Lions could be trading up to get into the top 12.
Why? I mean,
I don't know.
There's a lot of offensive linemen that are there. Good offensive linemen.
Yeah, you're right. There are. Because if the real question turns into does Caden Proctor, because I think a lot of people have got linked to Detroit in terms of where the Lions are going to go with, whether they stay at 17 or they move up or whatever it may be. But like, offensive tackle needs to be like their biggest need at this point. I don't know. Do they try to trade up? Do they read any of the tea leaves to say that maybe Proctor goes earlier than 17, or what exactly they're going to be looking at?
It could be a run on offensive linemen. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you don't have runs on quarterbacks because you only have one quarterback. I mean, I was just listening to ESPN, and everybody was saying the number 2 quarterback is the kid from Miami this year.
Oh, now they're saying Beck is the number 2 guy?
Beck was the guy. Wow. Everybody says, quietly, everybody's crossing their fingers saying, they hope they get him. Because a lot of things that were said about him is that he was uneasy. He was nervous back there. He threw interceptions, different things like that. Mm-hmm. And he's wowed some scouts in his, working on the board.
Yeah.
Drawing and talking to coaches and different things like that. So that's what they say.
I mean, Carson has got great QB IQ in terms of, in the locker room, knowing how play progressions, how, route progressions should go. But I mean, you saw many instances last year.
Yeah, he threw interceptions at SMU.
Well, I was looking more at the Louisville game too.
That game too, also.
Yeah, both of those games where you just looked and went, "This is the guy that everyone was so high on 2 years ago."
Right.
Like, I don't get it. It was the same way with Drew Aller last year, and I'll give Aller a small, just a small centimeter of leash here. He got injured in the season, and the season kind of, when he got in, after he got injured, just, that season was kind of poo-poo for Penn State until James Franklin got fired. But
yeah,
I still didn't understand the hype for him. I still don't understand the hype for Garrett Nussmeier. And like when you look at the rest of the quarterback class that are in the draft, like, you just kind of look and go, where are we finding these guys at? Because you go from Mendoza, who is projected to go number 1 to the Raiders,
right? And
the next one after that, if you go based off of like overall rankings, is Ty Simpson. And he's still a day 2 guy.
Right. That's why I said the next guy that's and I'm doing I said it's my bold prediction, but you're in the number 2. You're in day 2.
Yeah.
You're in day 2. Early day 2, but you're in day 2.
I don't even know. Like, it could be, middle second round, I think, where, the next where Ty Simpson gets picked up. I don't think there's a heavy need for a lot of these guys. That's just one of the more underwhelming quarterback classes this year.
No, guys went back. Guys that I mean,
some guys should have not gone back and should have gone to the draft last year. Cade Klubnik, I'm looking at you. Drew Aller, looking at you. Like there are so many guys where you look and you go, the name is familiar, but like he didn't, flash.
Right.
And I'm not saying that Fernando Mendoza flashed, but he flashed enough because he had guys around him that helped Indiana go undefeated and win a national title.
Right.
But again, Vegas, at least they've got a contingency plan when they signed up, Kirk Thuggins to, again, I don't understand the mindset that some teams have when they're like, yeah, we're going to give him 5 years and 150 mil or whatever they give him. Like, why are you spending that much money? He's been a backup for a year and a half. Like, what hype do you see behind between Kirk Cousins right now? What do you see?
Look, here's the thing with Kirk Cousins. He's going to be a coach on the field. He's a guy who's going to come in. He knows his role. Kurt understands his role.
Okay.
When Menendez is ready to play, when he's ready to play, Kurt will not make waves or anything like that. This is your ball game. He's going to teach him on the run, on the field, everything, and that's his job. That he didn't do that for Michael Penix, we know that, but he's doing that right now. He's not here to win, to take this team to the next level. He's there to maintain whatever they do and help them win games, but to also educate the young man who's behind him.
I see that. I don't know. Like,
he's making more money than any other NFL player ever.
That's what I mean. Like, why?
Why?
But like, why are you spending so much money on a guy that will who might start for you for, I don't know, maybe a handful of games in the first year of the contract, and
hopefully he doesn't hurt his shoulder or his back or something like that.
Well, I'm not even just that, but like how when Mendoza is, when the coaches and the trainers say, yeah, he's ready to go,
right? Like,
you're going to go ahead and have Kirk Cousins on the sideline collecting the paycheck, being a backup, like
being a backup with the board and everything like that, and talking to the kid when he comes off at sidelines.
I guess
sit right next to him.
But I guess it's just the whole, multiple years of doing that and making a boatload of money.
Right. That's what I'm saying, bro.
But then again, Atlanta, like you said, Atlanta did the same thing.
Exactly. Look at the job. The job requires you to eat the crap that they're going to give you.
Yeah,
I mean,
there are a lot of unintelligent teams out there. Take an example, Cleveland Browns. I mean, they're still paying a boatload of money to Mr. Touchy-Feely, and
he may be your starter this year. I'm not joking.
No,
he may be your starter.
You're not wrong, but like, man, Cleveland just kind of goofing things.
They really
up.
messed this. They messed this thing up, but they're trying to go through it, get through it, then do what you need to do. But I mean, while he's getting paid, he should be taking shots.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, let him. Hey, you play him until he's not on the team anymore. That's what you got.
I guess my real question when like I said, when I look at the draft, to like I said, it's going to be, at least for the Lions, it's, if there's a string of offensive linemen that are taken early on, do they start panicking and making a phone call to trade up with, a team in the top 10? Do they make a panic call to to Washington or to New Orleans or even to the Giants to see if they can get that pick that they traded with Cincinnati when they sent Sexy Dexy over to Cincinnati?
Did you? I was on the phone with Jumbo, and he told me Dexy ain't sexy no more. He a big blob.
Well,
he weighed in at. He weighed in.
Reason why he's a D tackle.
I mean, but he's not. he got large.
Well, yeah.
He didn't get stronger or better. He got large.
Maybe Cincinnati can trim him up a little bit.
Well,
he's
got a 1-year deal, but it's a complicated contract. He can make more money if he comes in shape and ready to play.
I thought that they were like that. He was offered an extension.
Yeah, it was an extension. Yes, it's built in with an extension, but he's got to play at a certain level. You know what I'm saying?
I gotcha.
He gets that. He hits when he hits that level. He makes money, man. I'm not lying.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I like I said. I think if
the only reason he left is because they told me he had to get in shape.
John Harbaugh,
he's not in John Harbaugh's shape. That's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, John Harbaugh kind of rubbing some people the wrong way right now,
right
out there in G-Man country. But like I said, I just don't know if that could be the big fear for Lions is that if there's a string of offensive linemen being taken, specifically the tackle spot, or there's a stretch of edge rushers that are being taken because. This is a trench heavy draft, especially in the first round.
Yes, it is. You are right. That's why when I came on yesterday and said to you and Larry, this is not an interesting draft. People aren't.
Yeah, there's no sexiness really to it. I mean,
nothing to it.
I mean, you still have a few wide receivers that are
No, you do. You do. You're right.
But I mean, you've only got one running back that's really gonna. Make the grade of being a first round pick.
But there'll be a surprise running back in the 4th round that plays great his rookie year.
I'm looking at you, Nick Singleton.
Exactly.
Or
that you overlooked him. You know what I'm saying? Who got overlooked, but he came out and had gangbuster season,
Yeah. I think when it comes down to the draft with the Lions, it's you either take the best available offensive tackle. If you're not going to trade up.
Right.
You're looking at the next best available offensive lineman or the next best, edge rusher.
Yeah, I agree.
I think is what you're looking at right now.
Go get what you need. You need to go get what you need so you can improve your team because your team is set in most areas.
Yeah.
Most areas they're set, but you got to get somebody to hold up that line. Someone's got to hold up that line.
What are your thoughts on, because a lot of people are projecting the Titans going after Jeremiah Love, but I've heard a lot of speculation that maybe the Cardinals could try to snipe him.
I think the Cardinals want him. They need somebody to sell their gear. They need somebody. They need a splash. They're in a division where look at who they have to compete against.
Yeah.
I mean, what these teams? These are teams that go to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Between the 49ers, the Rams. Think about all of that.
Yeah,
Seattle.
The three guys, the other three teams in their conference, they are in their division. They went to the playoffs.
I mean, you're right. You are in a division. You either got to win or you better have a big splash with something, right?
Yeah.
They need to make a big splash.
And considering too that you got James Conner coming back, potentially coming back, unless they decide to make a trade or make him the backup guy. Coming off of an injury where he only had 95 yards last year.
Right.
You got to be looking towards the youth of the running back room. I mean, Tyler Algier, can only get you so far. He's kind of been a utility guy, but he's still young.
You're going to have to establish somebody to, we're going to have to run the ball because you got rid of your quarterback, right?
I mean, you got Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby, he's serviceable. He is serviceable. I'm not dogging him out.
Right.
He's serviceable, but eventually, you're going to have to fix that problem.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, really, you're looking at trying to find a guy because right now, the guy that is really selling the jerseys right now is Trey McBride.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly. You don't have anyone that's a star-studded guy. And I know there may be people that are like, "What about Marvin Harris Jr.?" Well, Marvin Harris Jr. hasn't done anything really significant since he's been drafted.
Anything exactly.
Yeah, he's been kind of a lost in the sauce kind of a guy. But then again, it didn't help. Then he had a quarterback that couldn't see over his offensive line.
Right.
And I think he was more focused on trying to get his, latest achievement in Call of Duty rather than actually playing quarterback.
Right.
But we'll see how he fares out in Minnesota. But no, I think that could be one that could be a situation where do they, with the Cardinals at least at number 3, do they go with Jeremiah Love? Do they look
you can
at
take Jeremiah Love and you can take a trade for him too,
right,
and trade him off, get some assets,
or are you looking at maybe trading up, trading back to get something more because they've got projected right now. Mel, and this is Mel Kiper, and we know how great Melly Mel does with his analytics of people because he thought Jeremiah that Jahmyr Gibbs was a bad pickup at the Lions, but hey, see how that worked out, right, Melly Mel?
Right.
That they got them projected to take David Bailey out of Texas Tech as an edge rusher, and I mean, do they really need someone comparable to Josh Sweat on the edge? Because I don't think they do.
No, they don't. No, because no.
That's where I think that there's got to be another, like one of the other 31 teams, and I don't even think it's Tennessee at this point that you're looking at, trading up for that number 3 spot, and the Cardinals can get a fairly decent haul in replacement of it. To me, I just think it's Jeremiah Love probably goes number 3. And you hope for the best at that point.
Right.
Tennessee, good luck. Have fun trying to get, another guy later on in the draft. I just don't know, man. The draft, like, again, like you said it, like it just the draft first off coming out of nowhere.
Right.
Just seems like it's just, here's the draft now.
Right.
And then there isn't really outside of Mendoza, Jeremiah Love, and maybe a couple, Caleb Downs, there's nothing flashy about the draft this year.
Not this year.
This is a grit draft right here, and right. It seems fitting you're doing it in Pittsburgh too.
Right? Yeah, everybody's saying it's grit. It's a tough city and all of that. Well, this is the draft that they've been waiting for.
Yeah.
It's the right city.
It really is, and like I said, that's why I kind of look at when you going back to the whole Lions thing. Like this is either an offensive tackle or an edge rush kind of spot at number 17. Whether it's Proctor that falls to them, or it's one of the edge rushers or whoever the best available offensive tackle at that spot. Whether because what. They're projecting Maui Goa from Miami to go being the first one, Monroe Freeling from Georgia. But don't get me wrong, I do think that you got Spencer Fano and Caleb Lomu from Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are some
two big ones.
Good those are some good anchors studs right there. So like you got some good choices later on.
It's good what John said. John Borton said 3,600 yards rushing.
Yeah.
Think about that.
They open up that B gap for the running back for that running game.
That's what I'm saying. They know what they're doing.
So I think at that point you're just looking at the Lions going, okay, are you able to open up the A gap potentially, especially when, now Glasgow's gone for the Lions. You're not going to get Ragnow back after the whole.
No, you're not getting
after that whole debacle from last year. Can Cade Mays be able to be that guy? Can Christian Mahogany be healthy enough? A lot of questions really to be, to be answered. And, can Tate Retledge be,
the most important thing is fixing that offensive line. If you fix that offensive line, then you got things you can do. You can get back to that playoff game.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry too much about an edge rusher at that point. You can wait until the second, day 2 for an edge rusher to complement.
There are so many edge rushers in this game.
There are
oh my God.
Like Derek Moore would be a great spot. Derek Moore would be
a perfect spot.
It would be an amazing spot right there. When I look at the line, let me bring up the Lions.
Were they 51st when they pick?
So they've got pick 17 the first round, pick 18 the second round. They've got 2 in the fourth.
Right.
And really in the in that fourth round, you're looking at 32, 64 after the second round. You probably could get, Derek Moore with that 18th pick.
Mm-hmm.
And he could be, and honestly, I think he could be still. And then, yes, is that a little hometown bias? I do think so. But at the very least, it's a guy that has been a consistent guy for Michigan the past few years. So I think it's a good spot. At that point, you start trying to fit in some of the holes that need to be addressed. You looking at the linebacker spot. You're looking at trying to make sure that who can fill in case Terrion Arnold's going to be out for an extended period of time because of stuff and things.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know, go look it up. It's not tough. But it's just one of those, the offensive tackle spot is the biggest spot right now for Detroit to fill. And to me, that's what it screams. Is that they're going to go OT with that pick at 17, or they're going to trade up to move up in the draft to try to get, to make sure that they get the offensive tackle they need. But I think that they should stay at 17. At the very least, if you're not going to get Proctor, get one of the guys from Utah. And at that point, you got two solid anchors for the Lions to work with in the future. And then
that's the key.
And then day two, Derek Moore's there. Pick him up.
Yeah.
Done and dusted. You're good to go right at that point, big dogs.
I mean, I think that's what they need to do. Do what everybody's saying. I mean, get that guy. Get that guy.
Right. I mean, how many times you've heard it from Jumbo. We've heard it from when John Jansen used to do his syndicated show from the studios here after a football game. Games are won in the trenches. And if you're on the offensive side and you've got your star running back, you got two star running backs. You got Jameer, who he's probably going to be getting a pretty good contract here pretty soon.
Right.
And then you got Isaiah Pacheco.
Right.
Because he got kicked out of Kansas City. So you got another two great set of quarterbacks or running backs, I should say. You find a way to get that offensive line to open up, to let them get some yak. You could be looking at another, at the very least, another appearance in the playoffs, maybe a decent run in the playoffs. I don't think that they'll be that team in the playoffs, but I think they had the opportunity to at least get back.
Yeah, I agree. All right, we need to go to a break. And hey, I know question of the day.
Okay.
It's centered around Pittsburgh. All around Pittsburgh.
Okay.
The
Hall of Fame's supposed to be on the other side of the stadium, by the way.
What are you talking about?
Like they're gonna have like a pop-up Hall of Fame.
Oh, they got
thing.
pop-up Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like the hall, like they're bringing a pop-up Hall of Fame to like when I showed the map yesterday.
Well, there's a lot of Pittsburgh Steelers that are in the Hall of Fame. Man.
Oh yeah. Like it looks like the stage is on the east side of the stadium.
Right.
I guess the pop-up Hall of Fame is going to be on the west side of the stadium.
It makes sense. Makes sense. Why not?
It seems like they got a lot of things at least planned for this entire weekend.
I mean,
starting up tomorrow.
They got a lot of Hall of Famers in that 70s group alone.
Yeah, just in the
Think
70s. Yeah, 70s, and then a little, a couple in the 90s and
right.
2000s.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, Super Bowl knows they know how to do this. This ain't their first rodeo.
Right.
They know how to cater to the masses. They'll have a lot of people down there on the waterfront or at the river.
That's what we're hoping at the very least.
Right. I hope to see it. I don't want failure. That would be bad.
Yeah.
For anybody, all the other future. I mean, remember the next one is in Washington, D.C.
Mm-hmm. Right there. Right there on the what the hell they
on
call
the mall.
Thank you. The mall.
Yes, the mall.
That's one thing I always forget. It's like what they call it now. There ain't no shopping centers there.
It's a military thing.
I
the
got
mall.
You.
The mall.
Because I'm like, as a kid and even as a grown kid, I'm like, there ain't no shopping places there. What are you calling it a mall for?
That's what they call it. They call it the mall.
By the way, before we go to break two, Tigers announced that they are sending down Emmanuel De Jesus to AAA after his stunning outing that he had yesterday. Giving up 5 runs, calling up Bert Smith in replacement. So we'll see what happens there.
Wow.
Yep. Not great, Bob. Not great.
Anyway.
Your question of the day on the other side of the break.
Who's going to be the first Michigan person to be picked?
I like that. First Wolverine off the board.
First Wolverine off the board.
We're not saying it's going to be first round. I don't think there's going to be
No,
any first
I don't think it's going to be
rounders.
a first rounder. I don't
No.
think it's going to be a first rounder. I just want you to tell me, who do you think will be the first Wolverine to be picked,
I like it.
in your opinion? You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman Missler, best guy in the Bizzler. Yes, we're looking for, will Michigan hold its streak out of number one picks? Or do you think there's not one there? So I'm asking, who's the highest choice for this year's draft in the players that Michigan have available? Which former Wolverine gets their name called first at the NFL draft? Who is the second Wolverine? Let's talk about it. 734-998-1050. 734-998-1050. I'm gonna. Oh my God! I know what I should do. I'm gonna go with Jason Barham.
You think Jason gets the first pick?
The only reason Jason is because he's the unknown.
True.
Someone's going to take a chance on this kid. They see all the potential he brings. I mean, he's not only. I mean, he just became a rush in.
Mm-hmm.
He just became. He was an inside linebacker.
Yeah, and I think with you combine that with the fact that he could also play a linebacker role too. I think that kind of helps him out significantly there.
Right.
Where he can be, like that hybrid position that trying to think who would be a perfect analogy, a former Wolverine analogy for that one.
The guy
like maybe Junior Colson to a degree.
Yeah.
Because didn't he play an edge for a little bit too, besides being a linebacker?
Yep.
So I think that could be a good spot for him. I think he'll be the second Wolverine called on day 2, but I do think that it's going to be Derek Moore. I think Derek Moore is going to be
Derek Moore is the more logical guy who's played the position at the edge and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy to go to that. But I'm just thinking someone may say, this kid is an athlete. He can get things done. We could put him many places. And the linebacker that played for the Seattle Seahawks this year, he reminds me of Jason Barham. You can move him to almost safety. You know what I'm saying? He's so fast, he's so quick. But you put him in that linebacker spot, and he can come, and he's fast as whatnot.
You talking about DeMarcus Lawrence?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I could see that kind of comparison. I see what you're talking about there.
I think he's that kind of guy. And trends get set by the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And I see that. They won a Super Bowl that way. That defense played out their mind and everything like that. Why not?
That's true. That is true. I like I said, I don't see, it's not that, I don't think it's a wrong answer. Like I said, I think Jay Sean has got that upside where he could fit in a role in, I would say 90% of the defensive spots on the field. I probably wouldn't put him at corner, but that's just me.
Right.
I probably wouldn't even put him at D tackle because I mean, he's got the elusiveness that can be that can come off the edge and be that guy. So I think that when you look at it, I think that Jay Sean has got the upside that I think a lot of NFL scouts are looking at. I'm going to give an off the radar one that I think could be a huge steal if given the opportunity, and that's Jimmy Rolder.
Yeah, I like that too. Jimmy Rolder can roll.
Yeah,
excuse the pun.
Hey, sometimes you got to be punny. I get it.
Right.
But I mean, I think because I think, like I said, Rolder was one of those guys last year where, like, man, you were kind of hoping that maybe he'd come back for one more year because he had such a good year. He had that injury bug towards the end of the season. You were kind of hoping, man, maybe he'd be okay to go against Ohio State, and things just kind of fell apart, and he just could not keep himself, couldn't get himself healthy in time for that game. But he's got such a big heart when it comes to how hard he plays that I think that, Jimmy could be one of those late steals in day 3 that could be a guy that like a Josh Metellus when he got drafted by the Vikings, and
Right.
he was kind of one of those guys like, a late draft pick. He's probably not going to be part of that team much longer. He'll probably get a 1-year contract kind of thing at best. Maybe get a couple games in before they say, got to cut you, dog. But then Josh he tore it up and he's become a captain now for that secondary up in Minnesota. So I think that Jimmy Roller could be that guy that could be a late, a Saturday guy when the draft comes around to day 3. And I think he's going to make one of the teams very successful with the way he plays. A lot of heart, a lot of great defensive awareness on the field as well. I think he could be a good one, but I still think it's going to be Demo as the first Wolverine called off the board, and then you counter that up with Jay Sean right after that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It could be the same day. It could be they both could be called on Friday, but I think the streak of first rounders comes to a screeching halt.
We didn't really have a guy that stood out, and
There were in the early part of the season, there were some guys. I think a lot of people were high on Rayshon Benny.
No, Rayshon was playing well. He played well. He doesn't have the what do you call it? The team with them like they do now.
Mm-hmm.
They got they got a hockey squad again. They could just change up now.
Yeah, you can go the dump and change philosophy that we use in hockey. But I think a lot of it is just I think how the season unfortunately unfolded just wasn't as good, I think, as the fans, and I mean myself included. I thought there was stuff still left on the plate that probably could have been fixed, but hindsight is 2020,
right?
And well, things happened, and now they're done, sort of, kind of, maybe, right?
Yeah, maybe. But you may get some guys in the 4th, the 5th, the 6th rounds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like I said, I think it's Demo that's the first one off the board for Michigan.
Yeah. I like them. I like both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I'm sorry, that sounds like Lloyd Carr. I like them both.
They're like my children. I like them equally as much as I love them.
Mm-hmm. I think both of them. I think both of them show hustle and they get to the ball and everything like that. I think it was Derek at the Reese Bowl at the practice. At the
Senior Bowl, yeah.
He destroyed that quarterback, man, and the tackle that was supposed to be blocking him.
Yeah,
ran him over.
Yeah, it wasn't just a one-time bit that he had. In that Maryland game, I think it was. Nah, Derek Moore was that. There got to a point where he almost got hutched, where like he had to be double teamed to prevent him from getting to the backfield.
Exactly. So he's got want to, as they would say. He's got want to. He wants to get up the field. I just hope he comes in ready to play.
That's exactly it. Jamie, you got some breaking news.
Uh-oh.
For them Crimson Tide fans, I don't know. They may be happy. They may not be happy. I don't know. But an extension was given to Alabama head football coach Kalen DeBoer.
An extension?
A contract extension was given to Caleb DeBoer.
Why? Was he going to leave?
I don't know. I don't. Well, it seemed like the Alabama fans wanted his ass out of there.
Right? They didn't want him.
Right, but that's why I think some Alabama fans may be happy, some may not be happy. I don't know. But the details on it are a new 7-year contract extension with the Tide. His annual salary pay, man, I'll tell you who ain't gonna be happy. I'll tell you who ain't gonna be happy. That's gonna be old boy Dabo Sweeney. $12.5 million.
Wow.
Yeah. 7 years, 12.5 mil per, according to athletic director Greg Byrne, that was agreed upon by the Alabama Board of Trustees. So Caleb DeBoer going to be
show me some love. Tide. Show me some love. He got a lot of love there, boy.
Yeah. So Big Caleb got himself a heck of a lot more money.
I hope he invested some of that in the NIL to help the team out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, good God. That's a contract.
Yeah, like I said, it does make you wonder how like some Alabama fans feel at this point. Really, you know, are you happy? Are you sad? And of course, asking the question right now is like, it's kind of pointless to ask that question here. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still one of those like, man,
that's a huge contract.
that is a huge contract, especially to a guy that like I said, some of the fan
Does
base
that
is happy.
match up with Lane Kiffin?
I don't know. I don't even remember what Lane Kiffin's contract is. There you go. Lane Kiffin contract. No, because Lane is 7 years, 91 mil. So
Okay.
yeah, that is, my math is terrible here. 21. No. You know what? Lane makes $500,000 more.
Okay. All right. He put him right there.
Yeah.
So he's number 2 in the SEC.
Mm-hmm. Exactly it. So that's how things are looking right now in SEC country. Also, we got another bit of breaking news. This one is on the ice. I believe it's official because Denver Hockey had put it out there on the Twitters. They've released their 2016-2017 schedule. Michigan should be releasing theirs in the very near future, probably to get they're just waiting for the conference stuff to come through. But I say this because Michigan will try to get their redemption with Denver University coming up next season at Yost Ice Arena. October 16th and 17th, the Denver Pioneers, the defending national champs, will come to Ann Arbor for a weekend series the weekend of the 16th and 17th to take on your Michigan Wolverines here at Yost Ice Arena.
Wow. That's nice.
That's a big rematch setup right there, which then turns into, what week is that for football?
Exactly.
Let's see, October 16th. That is the same weekend when Michigan has homecoming against Penn State. So that is what you're looking at for that weekend. So, hey, 16th, you go watch Michigan try to get the first bit of redemption against Denver. Then you go to the football game the day afterwards. And then you come back to Yost and watch the series wrap up with the Pioneers.
Oh yeah, dude, that's huge.
That's a big one on the schedule. I don't think that hockey has announced the rest of their schedule quite yet, but I imagine they'll have their schedule coming up here, or they'll probably announce it here in the near, in the coming days at the very least. But yeah, that's a big one right there for Michigan and Denver. A little rematch of the Frozen Four matchup that they had. Gotta
get some payback.
Got to get a little redemption off of that one.
I mean, good God, the way that been going. Not good
at all, but hopefully they can take care of the business that they need to. Also, congratulations to the women's lacrosse team. They played their Big Ten quarterfinal matchup here in Ann Arbor a little bit ago, and they beat Penn State by a final of 13-12. Punch their ticket to the semifinals. They will play. They'll be taking on the number 1 seed Northwestern coming up on Friday over at U of M Lacrosse Stadium. Be seen on Big Ten Network. And tickets, I believe, are still available. So if you want to get your tickets, semcoblue.com.
There you go.
So congratulations to the lacrosse team there.
Lacrosse is playing well.
Playing real good. Especially, like I said, getting into getting themselves ready for postseason play to, I mean, you're in postseason play right now, but when you get into the national side of things, it should be like to build yourself up. Late drive down the stretch there is going to be good to see, though. So good on the lacrosse team for getting a big dub against Penn State earlier today.
That's a tough one, man.
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
It's still mind blowing to see the I said Alabama giving a contract.
I can't believe they gave him that kind of contract.
Well-
That's puzzling to me.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, they did the same thing for Nate Oates. They just announced that they gave Nate Oates a contract extension through 2032.
I mean, Nate's done well for them.
That's true.
From a college basketball standpoint,
Yeah,
Nate's
absolutely.
done an excellent job for him. I mean, he's got it going. He's bringing in players. He's doing the things he's supposed to do. So yeah, Nate, that makes sense to me. All of that,
Yep.
that makes sense.
That is, like I said, I mean, the Nate Oates thing doesn't surprise me as much. I think it's the Caleb DeBoer one that I think surprises me quite a bit, at the very least. Also, the injury report has come out for the Detroit Pistons in their Game 2 quarterfinal matchup against the Magic. Injury report reads as follows. None. Everyone's a full go for your Detroit Pistons to take on the Orlando Magic. 7 o'clock tonight at Little Caesars Arena.
Nobody played on Sunday. I mean,
Well,
Cade played.
did.
Cade played.
Cade and Unc.
Harris is a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cade and Unc played. So Unc and nephew played. So you had that going for him. But a little quick update right there.
There you go. We need to go to a break. We'll come back.
We'll get Philly E on the other side.
Philly E, you the man. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.
This is the M Zone.
And welcome back to the M Zone. Jamie Morris, Matt the Hitman, Missler, best guy in the business. 734-998-1050. 734-998-1050. What's up, Philly E?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Running into some little problems. I didn't quite hear your question, but I think it was something about our kids getting drafted.
Yeah, who's going to be the first kid that's going to be drafted from Michigan?
I think you guys got it right. I think our edge is going to be the first guy to go. D. Moore is going to be the first guy to go. And the thing about Barham, yeah, he was a work in progress. You know, he was a linebacker. We all know he converted to edge, and I think he struggled against a run at edge. I just don't think he had all the instincts at edge because it was a real new position for him. And I kind of remember when they first put him out there, it's like, yeah, you could speed rush guys, but then you need the counter, and then you need your counter to your counter move. Right. And he just wasn't in the position long enough to be better instinctual player and have different things to beat a guy. So I think he's a work in progress.
Okay.
And in terms of Rolder, he's not the most athletic guy, and I think because of that, he kind of struggled tackling in space. But he just needs to be a special teams merchant, and he's also a guy that, you know, can fill in and help at the linebacker position. The guy that I'm interested in, and I'm dying to know if he's going to get drafted or he's just going to be, you know, signed right away as a free agent, is Bredesen, man. Like, there is still a need for the fullback in the National Football League. I mean, C.J. Ham just retired last year from the Vikings. I mean, he played a zillion years. So, and that's from a pass-happy, you know, guy like KOC. So Bredesen is going to go somewhere. I don't know if he's getting drafted, but somebody's definitely going to sign him. And I think there's a real need for a dude like that who's just an incredible blocker. Now, I don't remember how great his hands were as a pass catcher. We didn't really use him much in that. So he actually could he develop into an H-back as well? You know, that might involve a little bit more some catches out of the backfield. But the way I look at it, there's a real need for him, someone in the National Football League can really use him because he's an elite blocker. And who knows? Maybe Jim Harbaugh's like the first in line to grab this kid. So, but it's probably with those guys. But in general, I'm looking forward to it. Does it have the star power? I don't know. I think Fernando Mania. I mean, yeah, I don't know what you guys. And you guys were bringing this up. Sometimes you just get these evals out of nowhere. And about 3 weeks ago, all of a sudden, Orlovsky was I don't know. He had a bunch of guys co-signing that Ty Simpson is better than Fernando, and I'm like, what is?
I don't know why they said that. I don't know why they said that. That tells you a lot about Orlovsky then, if he's doing that.
Here's a real question though. Did he have that Michigan earring on that he's supposed to be wearing because of the lost bet that Michigan beat UConn for the
Natty?
Right. That's the real question now.
I didn't even know about that bet.
Oh yeah, that's a bet that him and what's his name, the former offensive lineman made.
He
Taylor Lewan?
Lewan. He goes on McAfee. They clown him half the time.
They do clown him. They do clown him.
He was the guy that did run out the back of an end zone, and just kept
absolutely.
running.
But he does have some ridiculous takes. It's like, yo, man, like the whole world saw this kid at Indiana. And obviously he's a big part of what happened there. And it was an incredible season that they had. And how you could just all of a sudden pick up, I don't know, just arbitrarily just say, oh, Simpson's, the tape says he's better. I'm like, come on, man. Like, how many quarterbacks, in that winning drive, how many of those quarterbacks get hit and fumble that ball? He not only not fumbled, he scored on that play, And I don't know if I said this before, but like, he's 6'5", he's gangly, he's dorky looking. But he's got that ick factor, and he's got balls of steel, and he won a national championship. Does that sound familiar to anybody? To me, that sounds like Bernie Kosar, except for this dude is much more athletic and probably a stronger arm, but definitely a lot of similarities between him and Bernie in that respect of how he looks and how he just takes command of the offense and follows through with a national championship. But again, this kid's more athletic and probably has a better throwing arm. So, I mean, I'm looking for big things out of this kid. Now, I'll tell you where he is kind of screwed, though, and all of us have discussed this on this radio station ad nauseum. A lot of times it depends who you go to. And right now, this team's they're a train wreck. I mean,
they are.
Yeah.
They are, but they know what they got to do. They got to find some good receivers. They got to find some guys. I mean, that's what it's going to take.
Yeah. One thing I could say for Kosar, like, he was on a pretty decent team.
Mm-hmm.
He had 2,000-yard rushers in his first year. And oh, by the way, they had a really good defense, probably led by the best cornerback tandem in the league at the time, Hanford Dixon and Frank Minifield. So, and by the way, Mr. Sweet, your boy Hanford Dixon, yeah, he's a class of '81 guy.
Right.
Just to throw that out there for my man. Minifield was I don't know if you guys remember Minifield, but he was a USFL guy. He played for the Arizona Wranglers. So anyway, but again, he was in a much better situation with this guy's going to. That's why I brought that to you a few days ago. Like, if you can get a king's ransom for that pick, like, man, do you get all this draft capital and hopefully put a lot of pieces in place before you go after the quarterback? I mean, I've heard people argue that, and I can't completely counter that. I just can't. I know the quarterback is the most important position, and they're a hard get sometimes. But
he's the one guy that's complete, though.
I think the kid's wonderful, and I hope he succeeds. I just wish it wasn't with that team. You know, because they've been a freaking train wreck for, God, I don't know how long. It's crazy. Probably since Gannon was there when they went to the
That's
Super Bowl.
his job, is to bring them out of that and into the Super Bowl. I mean, look, that kid. I mean, he's done it. He showed us what he could do that whole football season. All football season, he showed.
Incredible. And it's always at the biggest moments is when he made the biggest plays.
Exactly.
I mean, just unbelievable. And I got to say, I get bent out of shape about we've had guys with the catch radius, but we, for whatever reason, we never really utilized that, you know, that skill of, you know, we had Nico. Like, dude, are you kidding me? I've been back shouldering his ass. I don't know how many times a game. Well, clearly, if your quarterback and your best receiver are the same page, look how many big balls Fernando completed.
Right.
Back shoulders on third and fourth down. So, man, it's not a 50-50 ball if you have a great quarterback and a great receiver. You know what I mean?
And he did it 1 year with these guys. 1 year. He got there.
And I'm hoping.
I mean, that's what he did.
I'm hoping that this new coaching staff is going to take a page out of that book, right? Because, I mean, this Becker kid was incredible. Who would ever thought that I mean, it was on, the kid did not drop one pass the entire year, not a one. It's incredible. And look at some of the big plays he made on some of these back shoulder throws, you know, throughout the season. And I hope we take a page out of that book. If we're recruiting a better athlete and we're putting them outside, we need to utilize that. I'm hoping that's where we go with that. But yeah, man, they were an incredible team last year. He was a great quarterback, and they were a pleasure to watch. And listen, I'm not in the habit of rooting for Big Ten teams. We all know this, and we all know why. You know, my memory, my memory is not that short that I didn't realize that I could still remember how everybody lined up against us during that whole nonsense 2 years ago with Stallions. But you know what? Dude wasn't around for any of that. Nobody from Indiana was around for any of that really. So they were an easy team to root for. And I'm glad the book got on there and said what he said. I think I've been saying all along that they are the best. And that doesn't take away from anything that all of our other teams do. But
no, it doesn't take away. I just wanted. No. I knew he would give me yes. I whichever one it was. He had an opinion because he was around when that 89 team was around.
Well, we all were, but we all know that they kind of they were 12-6 in the Big Ten.
They moved in. They came on the backside.
Right, and they got hot in the tournament. I tell you what, one argument that I don't like, and this was Seth, and Seth's wonderful, but you can't say these guys are bigger and you can't say that, because if Ralph Sampson came around today and played AAU and went to 9 million camps, he would look exactly what Wemby's doing right now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The game it didn't evolve into what you see today. And I can say that just about every sport. Like, Dick Butkus can play today. Well, yeah, well, if Dick Butkus was going through the strength and conditioning programs and all the camps as a kid coming up, like, yeah, he'd be incredible. He'd be a better version of what he was back in, the 1960s. So, that's all relative. I'll never say that these guys are better, because clearly, at least I'm not going to go there. Like, yeah, of course they're bigger, stronger, and the game's more advanced. Of course, it's 2026, not 1966 or 86 for that matter. But I will say this, though. We had a really good team in 1990. We had everybody back but Glenn Rice. And this speaks volumes about the team that we just saw. Well, I can remember Steve Fisher saying, well, what are you going to do against Loyola Marymount? What are you going to do in terms of pace? And what did Steve say? He goes, well, we're going to let Ramil dictate the pace, whatever. And you know what? We got in a shootout with them, and we got absolutely lambasted. And they basically put a 150 burger on. Per Steamer and Jeff Fryer and obviously Bo Kimball. I mean, dude, they destroyed us. It was, and I think we scored like what? Did we score 115 or 130, somewhere around there? I mean, it was incredible, the display they put on. Looking back on it, we probably should have done what St. Joe's did, who basically had him beat the entire game, but Kimball made a half. It was a rock fight. It went four corners. They stalled. They did all that. If we would have just focused on slowing that game down and keeping that a half-court game and tried to keep the game in the 70s, we probably would have beat Loyola Marymount, but we just ran up and down the field. Now, I bring this up because I'm intrigued to think, because this year's team was able to play any freaking style and choose any weapon, I wonder how they would have fared against Loyola Marymount, considering. Right? I couldn't help thinking of that. Well, maybe our 90 team wasn't built to run with them, but clearly this team is able to play up tempo, and we have that ultimate rim protector at 7'3". I think that's the difference. So just food for thought. But anyway, Jamie, our Yankees they have bounced back. By the way, what do you guys think of the Mets?
The Mets are a mess. They are a mess.
That might be the cleanest way of saying it, because if we weren't on radio, right, I would probably tell you how bad they really are. But it's bad to a point when the Minnesota Twins are clowning you on Twitter, saying things you can buy in things that come in dozens. Eggs. They brought up another thing. Mets losses. Man, you got clowned by the team? My gosh, man.
That was
I got news for you. Things aren't going so great here in Philadelphia. The Phillies are losers of 7 straight.
What's going on with baseball? Why is baseball faltering?
I don't think it's so much faltering. I just think it's more
These
like
teams
the ebbs and
better.
Well, I think it's just like the ebbs and flows of things. I don't think anyone expected, You know, I mean, the Braves are great. I think the Braves, they were probably projected to be one of the top 2 teams in the division.
Right.
With Philadelphia, probably not too far. But yeah, I didn't know that. I had no idea that the Phillies have lost 7 straight. But I also didn't think that the Marlins would be just a hair under 500. I didn't think that at this point right now, well, the NL Central is always a cluster, whatnot.
Right.
But I did not see at this point right now, and I know it's early, but I did not see the formerly Oakland Athletics, now just Athletics, being the top of the AL West and the Astros in the basement right now.
Right.
I did not see that one coming.
Well, you highlighted one thing, and it means everything. And if you're an older baseball fan, you know this. It's April.
Yeah.
You look at the freaking calendar. It's April. Like, if a guy's hitting 200, who the hell cares? It's April. But for whatever reason, I think sports kind of reflects society, where like we're pushing panic buttons because guys are hitting 210, and it's April, dude. Like,
yeah.
I mean, Don Mattingly was hitting like 240 in the middle of May one year. Come on, that's Don Mattingly. I mean, it takes a while. It takes a while. So you can't lose your mind looking at that schedule in April. Nobody ever wins a pennant right now. Not in this. You lose it. I mean, obviously, if you're like the 88 Orioles, you go 0-21 out of the gate. Yeah, your season's over. And if the Mets keep it up, their season's going to be over. But I ain't crying over it. All I know is they spent $765 million for a guy that's going to be a DH in 2 years, and this is where they are right now. So anyway, that's all I got, fellas. I don't know what else to tell you. But yeah, just sit back, enjoy basketball. Your Pistons go tonight, right?
Yeah,
yep, they got Matt. Yep, game 2 tonight. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I watched hockey for the first time in a half friggin' long. The Flyers are up 2-0, right?
I'll be honest, and I told Jamie this. I did not see Philadelphia being up 2-0. I would have thought at their best situation they would have been going to Philly, tied 1 apiece. But I did not see Philadelphia being this good out the gate. And Martoni, the kid from Michigan State that just had signed after their season was done, man, he has been killing it so far. I'm surprised.
Working hard for the organization, eh?
Yeah, that's exactly it there, bud.
I'll tell you what, though. Here's what I didn't realize until like after they were locking up game 2 the other night. And of course, a lot of this had to do with the Red Wings crapping the bed down the stretch. Do you know the Flyers went 20-6 down the stretch?
Crazy. That wow. I did not know.
Wow.
I did not know. But then again, at the same time, like when the Eastern Conference, like when you got to like February and March, beginning of March, like that it was a deadlock in that division or in that conference where the only team that that you knew wasn't going to be a playoff team was the Rangers. That was it. Everyone else, like it is going to be a slugfest and like a marathon race down the stretch. And that's how it ended up being. And unfortunately, Detroit just, like you said, they just burnt the bed.
Yeah.
They did crap the bed.
That's putting it politely, too, by the way.
They did.
So, Mez, I'm 100% agreement. And this ties into Orlovsky. I remember he said Nussmeier in the beginning of the year. I think they won. He said he was the best quarterback in college football.
Yeah,
in the beginning of September.
I don't get it between him saying it was Nussmeier and Kuiper saying it's Drew Aller. I'm like, guys, I don't know how to break this to you, but
they got the numbers though. They got the numbers.
Sure, okay, yeah, the numbers for the helpline maybe,
right.
But that's about it.
I'm just saying they had the height, the weight, the arm. No,
they
not the arm.
What they need to do is they need to turn off the TV or the radio and not hear the hype that they were having before their season started up and actually play the damn game. But hey, that's just me though.
I think both those dudes will make rosters. I do. I think they'll make rosters.
I mean, every quarterback will make a roster. They try to they're trying not to bring the old guys out anymore. The league is taking a hit on the old guys.
I'm pretty sure Pittsburgh is already looking into, can we take Aaron, have him look at the roses? take a look at the flowers.
Oh no, it's. I'll tell you what it is. It's going to be a draft day trade with the Minnesota Vikings. J.J. McCarthy to Pittsburgh.
Oh my gosh.
Why not? There's nothing in the draft that's going to help you anyway. At least this kid's already gone through his growing pains last year. Hell, I would do it. See what they want. I don't think they would ask for a whole lot.
No, they're not.
The Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm calling Minneapolis, baby.
I'm
It's
not.
not a bad trade.
Yeah, I'm not.
Not a bad
poo-pooing.
one. I'm not scared of it.
Well, especially when you sign Carson Wentz and Kyler Murray in the offseason. That to me, it screams, JJ, maybe you're just not the guy that we thought you were, and maybe you're right, Philly. Maybe Pittsburgh is on the horn going, listen, we can't take Mr. Ayahuasca anymore. We'll take the good looking kid that you got from Michigan. Send him our way.
Jeff
And guess what? You already know, because he goes to that organization, the kid would kill it.
Yeah,
right. Exactly.
He's got. I mean, he'll have some great receivers, a nice tight end, offensive line that may need a piece or two here and there, but he'll be set. He'll be straight if he gets shipped to Pittsburgh. Make it work, Minnesota. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Anyway, boys, I know you got to wrap it up. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Go Blue.
Thanks, Philly.
I'm glad he mentioned the Red Wing thing. Mike Whitaker, who writes for the Hockey News, a beat writer for the Red Wings, put a tweet out a couple hours ago mentioning that the Red Wings have confirmed that there'll be a media press conference tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning with General Manager Steve Yzerman and head coach Todd McLellan. Didn't say specifics, but it's rare to get a presser in April when your team is out. So it does make you wonder what exactly they're going to be talking about, considering that I don't think that this is, because I know they did it with the players. They usually do like an end of season wrap with the players, but I usually with like the coaches and the GM, that usually like that stuff comes around when you get closer to the draft, not this early. So I'm kind of wondering what this is about tomorrow morning.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. No one's gonna know this. Did you know Jordan Marshall will be the third ever Ohio native to be on the cover of the Wolverine Michigan football preview issue?
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'm going to say the other ones were Charles Woodson. And was Desi from Ohio?
He was from Ohio, but he wasn't on the.
Really? He was not, huh?
No, wasn't on the.
Who was the third then? Does it say?
Yeah, he was born in Ohio, but went to school in Michigan.
Who is it?
Pioneer.
You got to be
Jim Harbaugh. Just letting you know. Gotta give you a little yay. You know
what? I like that. You hit me with a little okey doke right there. You hit
just
the
born in Ohio.
Yep.
That's gonna do it for the show today. Really appreciate everybody. Hopefully you learned something, we learned something, and
we'll be on a little bit later tomorrow because of Tiger Baseball.
That's right. But we're going to we're doing our draft.
Yes, sir.
We're doing our draft. You're listening to the M Zone on the Big 1050.